Tell you that we have been able to identify all the areas where the elections will take place. We have 276 plus 1 polling centers. We have been able to make our operational plans. We have met all our regional commanders who are responsible for these areas where these elections will take place. We have gone over all the preparations over and ready to go to the field. In the section of Boku, that is the area that we may need the support of the military. And so we have written to the Interior Minister to inform the Minister of Defense so that we have military support in Boku. All other areas countrywide, the military will be on standby. We are assuring you that at least 70 is the least number of a police number that will be at each police station. We will not entertain any parasecurity at the police station. We have heard a lot, social media and others. And sometimes some of the leaders of the party have forwarded some voices to me to let me know that some group of individuals are planning to deploy Machomen. Please, we are cautioning that the police are more macho than the macho men you deploy. And that when it comes to the stage, that these macho men will not take advice from the caution that is given them. And they come to the police station and then we arrest them. I'm pleading, nobody should call me. The acting chairman of the New Patriotic Party, the former president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the chairman of the Presidential Elections Committee, the General Secretary of the NPP, the Minority Leader of Parliament, the former Chief of Staff, representatives of the National Peace Council, the Chairperson, National Council of Elders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Will be solely handled by the Ghana Police Service. We want to assure you that we have been able to identify all the areas where the elections will take place. We have 276 plus 1 polling centers. We have been able to make our operational plans. We have met all our regional commanders who are responsible for these areas where these elections will take place. We have gone over all the preparations over and ready to go to the field. In the section of Boku, That is the area that we may need the support of the military. And so we have written to the Interior Minister to inform the Minister of Defense so that we have military support in Boku. All other areas countrywide, the military will be on standby. We are assuring you that at least 70 is the least number of a police number that will be at each police station. We have deployed heavily. All senior officers countrywide are going to be at the police station. We have the inner deployment, the middle deployment, and then the outer deployment. The outer deployment is heavily loaded. I want to assure you that we have done a lot of training and preparation, and that my regional commanders have called me and said that they are even ready for the election today. As the caution has been given by the General Secretary, the caution is that we will not entertain any parasecurity at the police station. We have heard a lot, social media and others. And sometimes some of the leaders of the party have forwarded some voices to me to let me know that some group of individuals are planning to deploy Machomen. Please, we are cautioning that the police are more macho than the macho men you deploy. And that when it comes to the stage, that these macho men will not take advice from the caution that is given them. And they come to the police station and then we arrest them. I'm pleading. Nobody should call me. The word is that police is ready. And so we are giving you all the assurance that we'll do our work peacefully and then we'll contribute heavily to make sure that at the end of the day, the one you want to be the presidential candidate who you want to let the person stand for the MPP party will come out victoriously under a peaceful security arrangement. And so, Honorable Chair, the police want to thank you for reposing this confidence in us, that you want the police to do this security, to provide a security. And we are happy to come here in our numbers, because what is happening today is about signing of peace pact. And because we are peace officers, that is why we have come here in our numbers. All that we want is that there should be peace, so that at the end of the day, everything will go on successfully, and we shall all enjoy the fruits of the exercise that we have gone through. Thank you very much, and God bless everybody as we prepare for this. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the IGP of the Ghana Police Service, Mr. Christian Tete Yohumi, thank you very much for your strong message. We are the new patriotic party, and our party is built on tradition, value, and respect. And therefore, our revered elders have joined us here today. Honorable Dr. Adokufo, Honorable Stanley Lee Edri Blankson, Engineer Dr. Kwesi Abiesi, Professor
Thank you. The acting chairman of our party, our revered former President, Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, chairman of the committee that put all this action together, Madam Freema, chairman of the Council of Patrons, the chairman of the party and the leader of our leader in parliament, Honorable Sewusu, our friends and colleagues, contestants, my colleagues, members of the National Council of Elders, may I respectfully also acknowledge the National Peace Council and their representatives and my former ambassador to the United States. But most interestingly, I'd like to welcome our friends, the peace officers. They are super macho men, so that's very good. We are delighted that you are here, and all our colleagues. At the very outset, yesterday we had the privilege of being briefed by the chairman of the Parliamentary Presidential Election Committee, and we were pleased with the actions that have been taking place under their guidance. So allow me to commend the Presidential Elections Committee for the work they have done so far. From all indications, they have discharged their mandate with diligence, fairness, and transparency. This is not an easy task, and as elders of the party, we acknowledge and appreciate their efforts. They deserve our collective confidence and support as they bring this crucial process to its conclusion. The distinguished ladies and gentlemen, elections by their very nature are some emotional events. We are all human, and it is natural that passions may run high, especially after the declaration of the results. However, we must all accept a fundamental truth. At the end of the process, there will be only one winner. The peace, stability, cohesion of our party will largely depend on how we, especially the candidates, conduct themselves after the primaries. The processes leading to this point have been fair and transparent. We therefore appeal strongly to all the candidates to remain absolute in their confidence in the Presidential Elections Committee and the established institutions, including the Ghana Police Service. There's no need for private security arrangement. Trust in the system that we have collectively built over the years, which is essential for preserving peace and order. And for that, I say, if any of you have any macho groups, have any people who are going to give us problems, I say, dismantle them now. Dismantle them now. From 1992, we have always conducted our internal elections without problems. And I'm hopeful that this time too, it will be the same. So whatever you have, which is contrary to the regulations, please dismantle them. You are people, you are party people, our nephews, please dismantle them. We further plead with all the candidates to refrain from making accusations against the committee or the party after the elections. Such actions, particularly when emotions are high, can undermine confidence in the party and erode the unity we have worked so hard to build. Leadership demands responsibility, restraint, and a commitment to the greater good of the party. The ceremony and the memorandum of understanding to be signed today are therefore not mere formalities. No, they represent a solemn pledge on your part to place the party above the individual ambition. The party is supreme. It is through this party that we have produced presidents of the Republic and implemented policies that have transformed lives across the nation. None of us is bigger than our party. We are mindful that tensions may also arise among supporters. This is natural in any competitive contest. However, candidates and leaders, as candidates and leaders, you bear special responsibility to calm your supporters and not inflame passions. Words spoken and actions taken in moments of tension can have lasting and damaging consequences. True leadership is demonstrated not only in victory, but also how disappointment is managed. Let us therefore, by our conduct before, during, and after the primaries, demonstrate to the people of Ghana and the international community that our party is committed to peace, unity, internal democracy, and respect for the rule of law. Let us protect the image of our party at all times, regardless of the outcomes. As elders, our colleagues are saying, our appeal is simple. Our appeal is simple, sincere. Remain united, remain disciplined, and remain committed to the ideals upon which our great party was founded. If we do so, we will emerge from this process stronger, more cohesive, and better positioned for the task ahead. I'd like to thank you all, and I wish all the candidates the best of luck on behalf of the National Council of Benin. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our chairperson for the National Council of Elders. We crave your indulgence. We are almost done with all our goodwill messages and statements from our dignitaries. We'd now like to invite the minority leader in Parliament, Honorable Alexander Afenyomarkin.
Acting National Chairman of our party, Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, former President of the Republic, Chair Council of Elders, Chair Council of Patrons, Chair Presidential Elections Committee, the IGP and members of the Police Management Board, members of the Peace Council, presidential aspirants, Council of Elders, national officers, colleague leaders in Parliament, and members of the Minority Caucus, patrons, and members of the media. Let me start off by saying that opposition is painful and lonely. We know this. Good friends don't pick up calls. They ignore us, and they find new friends. We are living it. We feel it every day. And surely, none of us wants to remain there. We want power to serve, to transform lives, and to move Ghana forward. But power does not come through division. Power comes through discipline. Power comes through unity. Power comes through sacrifice. Let us therefore rise above anger. Let us rise above insults. Let us rise above short-term emotions for long-term victory. Let us protect the party that has given us voice, purpose, and hope. And when the contest is over, let us close ranks, lock arms, and march forward together, stronger, wiser, and united towards victory 2028. Our future depends on it. Our party depends on it. And Ghana is counting on us. Acting Chair, colleagues here gathered, political competition is a necessary and healthy feature of every democracy. However, it is how that competition is managed, particularly in moments of heightened ambition and strong emotion, that defines the maturity of a political party and ultimately the stability of the nation. Internal party elections are not merely contests among individuals. They are tests of institutional strength, discipline, and commitment to shared values. The choice to focus on peace at this stage is therefore both timely and commendable. Peace does not happen by accident. It is the product of deliberate leadership, clear rules, mutual respect, and a collective decision to place the long-term interests of the party and the country above short-term personal gain. Ghana's democracy has been sustained over the years because political actors across party lines have repeatedly demonstrated restraint in movements that could easily have descended into conflicts. This reputation has not come cheaply. It must not be taken for granted. Distinguished aspirants, your supporters look to you not only for vision and policy ideas, but for cues on conduct. The tone you set will be a tone that filters down to the grassroots. When leaders speak with restraint, supporters listen with restraint. I humbly, therefore, on behalf of the mighty 87 in Parliament, urge all aspirants to conduct their campaigns with civility, respect for internal regulations, and unwavering commitment to peaceful engagements. Disagreements are inevitable in any competitive process, but they must be managed through dialogue, established mechanisms, and the authority of the party's institutions, not through public confrontation, insinuation, or rhetorics that deepen divisions. Today is not an ordinary party ritual. It is a test of leadership and patriotism. This peace pact is not only about who wins on January 31st. It is about whether on 1st February and beyond, the NPP will still be strong, united, and credible in the eyes of Ghanaians. Ghana is watching a party that has, at its best, delivered significant reforms. Talk of the free SHS, talk of the health insurance, talk of the industrialization drive, 1D, 1F. Ghana is also watching a party that is anxious, polarized, and yearning for competent, honest, visionary leadership again. The stakes are higher than the ambitions of any single aspirant in this room. Unity and the cause of division. Let's note, the history of this tradition teaches us a simple truth. Whenever the NPP is united, it is formidable, and whenever it is divided, it bleeds, and Ghana pays the price. Remember the 1979 election, the PFP and the UNC. The rest we all know. Factionalism may energize internal contests, but it weakens the party's capacity to win national election and to govern effectively. And I was saddened hearing that the respected Professor Frimpong Boateng saying publicly that he did not vote in 2024 elections. This is what division can do to us. It's unfortunate. Unity is not a slogan. Unity is conduct. It is the discipline to disagree without destroying one another. The humility to accept outcomes we may not like, and the maturity to place the national project above personal disappointment. Every single insult traded, every unsubstantiated allegation, every attempt to demonize a rival today becomes a weapon in our opponent's hand tomorrow. At this delicate moment, the internal division heralding the 31st January contest are not confined within the walls of this party. They spill over into the nation's governance. A fractured MPP does not only risk losing another election, it weakens Parliament's ability, especially the mighty minority's ability, to stand as a bulwark against excesses, impunity, and bad governance. When leading figures are at war with each other, when energies are spent on intra-party skirmishes instead of national oversight, the NDC government and the majority in Parliament are given a free pass. As your caucus in Parliament is determined to repeat the industry of the J.H. Mensah 1997 group of 61, we must say that our ability to act with vigilance, cohesiveness, and fearlessness in holding the current administrative to account shall materially depend on the unity that we carry to do our work in Parliament. That duty will be undermined when indeed the internal contest is poisoned by mistrusts, name-calling, and threats of retribution. A house divided at the grassroots and in the leadership ranks cannot be a formidable opposition in Parliament. Every time party actors choose internal sabotage over solidarity, they blunt the sharp edge of the minority's oversight. When committees need unified backing to investigate corruption, when critical votes demand tight coordination, and when national crises call for clear, united voice, internal fractures translate into parliamentary weakness. Let no one deceive themselves. The divisions surrounding this primary go beyond party offices. They risk crippling the mighty minority's collective and effective ability to check the Mahama administration and the majority in Parliament. If this primary becomes a festival of insult instead of a contest of ideas, if it leaves behind bitterness instead of brotherhood, then the real victor will not be any aspirant on this stage. The real victor will be a complacent government and a comfortable majority who knows that a divided MPP cannot credibly challenge them on corruption, economic hardship, and institutional decay. As presidential hopefuls, you are not just candidates. You are standard bearers of the NPP tradition. Your words can inflame or calm. Your body language can reconcile or rupture. Before January 31st, your responsibility, my dear aspirants, is to campaign on ideas, record, and vision, not on insult, threats, and division. Your teams must be guided by discipline in their messaging and respect in their engagements. On 31st January, you must submit fully to the agreed processes, respect the Electoral committee, obey security directives, and ensure your supporters avoid intimidation, vote buying, and violence. After January 31st, your obligation is to accept the verdicts of the delegate with dignity, whether it favors you or not, and to work publicly and unequivocally with the elected flag bearer. A peace pact that ends with signatures, but not with changed behavior, is a betrayal of this moment and of Ghana. If this peace pact is to have meaning, it must translate into clear commitments. 1, refrain from personal attacks and character assassination, focusing instead on policies and competence and vision. To reject violence, intimidation, and any ethnic or regional incitement. To use internal party mechanisms, not public warfare, to resolve grievances. To stand together with elected flag bearer within days of the results, and to integrate talent from all camps into one campaign. Emphasis: integrate talent from all camps into one campaign. Ghana needs this party back, not as a wounded, quarreling organization, but as a renewed, united, serious alternative. The country does not need leaders who are prisoners of their egos. It needs leaders who are servants of the Republic. To conclude, let me respectfully and humbly, but with firmness, submit to our aspirants. Your greatest legacy will not be whether you became a flag bearer. It will be whether your conduct helped preserve and strengthen this tradition and empower the mighty minority to hold this government to account. To the leadership of our party, enforce these commitments fairly and firmly. To the grassroots, refuse to be used as instruments of division. Let this peace pact be more than ink and handshakes. Let it be a covenant with delegates, with this tradition, and with the people of Ghana. That is this party will be worthy of another opportunity to serve. And that, united, it will equip the mighty minority to fearlessly defend the Republic of Ghana. Thank you so much for your kind audience, and God bless our party.
Thank you very much. That was the minority leader. Would now like to invite, finally, the former president of the Republic of Ghana, a slight change in the program. We'll go ahead with the second part of the program, and His Excellency would address us after that. So I'd now like to hand over to my colleague, Richard, as he manages and takes us through the very important part of the program, the Peace Pact document. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tibudako. Thank you all. Very supportive and very strong messages have come. Please, can we be quiet? We're still advancing, and perhaps this is the most important part of the program. So let's manage the noise. The story we are writing here today has 3 legs, and the chairman of the committee told us that, and I'd like to reiterate that before we get into the signing. The peace pact that we signed today is an indication and affirmation by the candidates that they affirm the process has been free and fair thus far. It is also an act to indicate that they are committing to accept the results of the 31st poll, and also that they are affirming and committing themselves to supporting the eventual winner of the contest, the flag bearer of our party eventually. So this is a very solemn and a very important event. And to proceed, I'd like to invite our respected aspirants to take their seats on my right, and I will invite them in the order they appear on the ballot. Our first candidate